Connecticut, and he would like to give a big shout out to his sponsor, SAB Tree Experts. Here is Scott Sousa.
Tommy Shea is in the 45 out of New London, Connecticut. Tyler Thompson in the number 22. Thompson from Somerset, Massachusetts. And the number 13 scheduled to go next, Jeff Van Pelt out of Pawtucket, Rhode Island, in the number 13, the Family Auto Sales New England Truck Solutions entry.
So let's examine the standings before we kick things off. Ryan Waterman started the night with the lead, and then second was Gleason, third Zach Robinson, Megan Fuller fourth, and Ryan Morgan rounding out the top five. So we are ready to turn them loose. Scott Sundin, the veteran, on the inside, and he is surrounded by Michael Malburn, who has been here at Thompson for many years, still looking for his first win. So we get ready to fire him up, and it is Malburn getting the jump at the start-finish line.
Gets a great launch from that outside pole position. It is tight further on back, though, 3 and even 4 wide going into turn 1. But Malburn will lead him down the backstretch as Sundin takes a look to the bottom down into turn 3.
Boy, this was like a big jigsaw puzzle with pieces all over the place. Sundin in trouble. As that car went sideways, he was able to save it, as veteran drivers and champions have been known to do.
Yeah, but he's got a challenge now from the 19 of Kyle Garrow. Garrow right there on the left rear quarter panel, and he gets a little loose out of turn 2.
Looked like a belly dancer there as he loses a position, and now he tries to come back against Ryan Morgan in the black number 31. Behind Morgan is Zach Robinson, who passed up his high school graduation today to go racing. Right now, he is pressuring the back bumper of the Kyle Garrow car.
Yeah, Garrow trying to hold on to that spot, but he has got Morgan up on the outside racing for it. Meanwhile, race for the lead going into turn 3. Sundin throws it down on the bottom going into turn 3. Side by side, just barely touch out of turn 4 as Malburn gets a little sideways and Sundin gets the lead.
Yeah, Federal Express could have sent it in more efficiently than that, as Scott Sundin has a lead. Battle for third and fourth between Morgan and Garrow. Gleason wants to get involved. Here's Zach Robinson getting very close to the wall, and finding an escape hatch was Brett Gleason as he scoots into third.
Boy, oh boy, he found the lane right there. Came right up the middle as Ryan Morgan hesitated ever so slightly out of turn 2. That slowed down Kyle Garrow a little bit, and while the middle was open, Ryan Gleason drove right through like he had grease on either side of the car. He made it through there, though, and is in a solid third.
Yeah, like a watermelon seed. Brian Norman is out of the competition in car number 12. Best battle, 4th and 5th. That is where Garrow is trying to hold off Morgan. And now Ryan Waterman, the point leader, he has moved into the upper tier of the field. Gleason going to work against Michael Malburn in a fight for second.
Yeah, Gleason still on the move in that 0-1, looking for 2 in a row here at Thompson. Works the inside of Malburn and gets into a clean second, racing through that 3rd and 4th turn.
And now Malburn trying to get back as that back end starts to shake around. He looked like Chubby Checker doing the twist, but was able to count things down and maintain his second place status. Garrow looking serious, looking for a way underneath Malburn. Let's see if he can find it. Your runaway leader right now is Scott Sundin.
Yeah, Sundin in a comfortable lead. Gleason trying to reel him in from the second spot. Meanwhile, the 19 of Garrow making a good move down on the bottom. He gets into a safe third and will give chase to the front 2.
Waterman looking for an opening against Malburn. Can't find it. Here comes Sean Monahan, the hammer, going to the outside. Waterman is on the inside. The man in between is Michael Malburn. Monahan making it 3 wide as they go down the front straightaway.
Yeah, just inches apart down into turn 1. Boy, Monahan makes it interesting. Drives right in there, shoves it in, as a matter of fact, and finds himself in the 5th spot.
Yeah, the velvet was gone, and it was just pure hammer by Sean Monahan, who is now in the 4th place. Brett Gleason looking to get the top spot against Sundin as that 36 car kind of wobbled its way into turn number 4, trying to cash in. Is that 0-1 of Gleason. Last time we were here, Gleason was a winner. But right now, the fastest bullet in the chamber could be the swaggin' wagon of Sean Monahan.
Yeah, he's starting to close on Morgan as they go into turn 3.
Oh, forearm shiver to the back by Gleason.
Halfway through this time by. Cross flags are up, and we're halfway through the limited sportsman feature, and there's still a lot of drama left in this one.
And providing that drama right now is Sean Monahan as he tries to catapult his way underneath the 31 of Morgan. Ryan Waterman running 6, and here comes Monahan again. A little Woody Woodpecker action to the back panel of the Morgan car, but it doesn't help him out. He is still in 5th place.
Meanwhile, the top 3 are pretty much nose to tail out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. Sundin with a little bit of breathing room now. He had Gleason all over him a couple of laps ago. Gleason trying to make up some ground on that and taking Kyle Garrow with him in the number 19.
Scott Sousa out of the race, and it is Garrow. He does have a Thompson win in 2003, but that was 16 years ago. He is trying to make up for it today. Waterman almost got underneath Morgan and decided to back off. Morgan had veto power.
Yeah, things have calmed down, at least for the moment, as we continue to click off the laps. Here's your leader across the stripe, Scott Sundin, but Brett Gleason right there in striking distance and takes a look underneath as they head out of turn 2.
And he got a quarter of the way underneath the 36, and that is as far as he could go. Changing his tactics, going to the outside of Kyle Garrow is Sean Monahan, the Velvet Hammer. He is able to scald his way off the turn, and he moves into the top 3.
Yeah, he gets by the Garrow car up on the outside as Garrow kind of got himself off the wall there in turn number 2, and that opened the top side for Monahan to make that move. Now they are again nose to tail down through the 3rd and 4th turn, and the caution flag is out. So this will pause the battle up front momentarily.
Gleason was making another serious move underneath the 36, so you know that they've competed against each other, but they are also good teammates. So that is the case for Bo Norman. We have 6 laps left, and we have a shootout at the front between Sundin and Gleason.
Pace car peels off the racetrack, and we get ready for the restart. Here they come. Our leader starts on the outside, sees the green flag, and across the stripe they go. Sundin by about a half a car length down into turn 1, but Gleason really throws it in there.
Boy, he has some Tabasco in that 0-1 car as he is able to crank it up underneath Sundin. They are dead even in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Advantage Sundin as he gets the lunge in the middle of the corner. He almost loses it. Comes across to Gleason. Gleason hammered. Sundin in the infield. Gleason keeps going as we saw Sundin go sideways, and he went right in front of Gleason, and the two made serious contact. Gleason keeps going, and now Sundin is trying to get off of Sean Monahan and Ryan Waterman, as Waterman only had a 26-point lead at the start of today, so he is in a position maybe to solidify his point lead after 4 of 10 races, as we get ready to fire him up, as this restart could decide the race.
Green flag is in the air, and those front 2 stay like they're glued together down into turn 1. Now advantage Monahan in the 55, and going around is the 24. In trouble is Ryan Waterman up there in the 2nd turn.
Morgan got hooked up with him. Sundin went on the grass to avoid it. Also, Al Stone is in the back. And it is Sean Monahan, and now the yellow comes out. So Sean Monahan was able to stay in front. So Kyle Garrow retired for 13 years, so he should have a fresh engine as he tries to hunt down Sean Monahan over the final 5 laps.
They'll cross them up side by side, get ready for the restart this time by. Sean Monahan will pick the inside row for the restart, have Kyle Garrow alongside, then Morgan and Megan Fuller in row number 2.
Boy, it seemed just a moment ago we said that Megan Fuller had climbed up to 8th So in just a couple of laps, she is in the top 4. Ryan Morgan has a busy day today. He'll also be competing in the ACT Tour race. So this is just the opening act for Ryan Morgan. And we are about ready to launch. 5 laps to decide the winner of our Sportsman feature. Leader Sean Monahan has picked the inside groove.
Pace car is off. Green flag is in the air. Monahan gets a good launch at the green and tries to protect that lead with Kyle Garrow right up at his right rear quarter panel. Garrow now right on the back bumper of Monahan as they head down the backstretch.
Megan Fuller has gotten around Ryan Morgan. Randy Waterman Jr. slowing down, but it is Fuller in third, Garrow in second. The man they're trying to chase, the wagon master, Sean Monahan.
Yeah, Monahan now with a comfortable lead down into turn number 1, at least by a couple of car lengths, as we've got them all over the place here on the front stretch, including some of our early front runners, including the 24 and the 36. They're all back on track, and we stay under green.
About half the field wound up in weed whacker country. Not Sean Monahan, trying to lengthen his lead against Kyle Garrow down to the final 3 laps. Megan Fuller looking dangerous, trying to get underneath Garrow in a fight for second. In fourth is Morgan, and rounding out the top 5 is Zach Robinson. Then it's Jason Chikolis at 6.
They'll see 2 laps to go this time by, and again Monahan in control. Meanwhile, from second on back, it is tight. Garrow's got a mirror full of the number 2 of Fuller. She's right up there on the back bumper. Takes a look to the inside, but doesn't make the move on the backstretch. And this time, we'll have only a lap to get it done. White flag is in the air.
Now, Megan Fuller has a pretty good finishing kick. Let's see if she'll be able to use it against Garrow. But here is Sean Monahan. Could be coronation time for the Velvet Hammer. He started deep in the field in 8th place, and he is 2 turns away from celebrating his second win of the year.
Yeah, he can pretty much coast through that 3rd and 4th turn at this point. Good sized lead as he comes out of the turn and sees the checkered flag in the air. Sean Monahan will win it. Kyle Garrow will hold on for second. Megan Fuller 3rd. Morgan is 4th. Zach Robinson finishes in the 5th spot.
Then it was Jason Chikolis in 6th, Randy Waterman Jr. in 7th, Tommy Shea.
About what good times we had. Every day was a Saturday, 'cause I ain't got a thing to do. Have a good time. That's right. Just won't have a good time all night. That's right. That's right. I got some cold shilling on some ice. All the fellas coming. Gonna drink us a beer tonight. Try to find me a girl or two. I hope you find me a redhead, 'cause I've never been away.